Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Anime-chan. I'm going to watch the new episode of My Hero Academia. It's episode 72 overall, but I'm not sure which episode of season 4 this is. Maybe 9, I think, maybe. Okay, so it's a timer video, as you know. Here is the timer. You sync up your episode with mine. You need either 2 screens or 2 tabs open and then the windows next to each other. If you don't know how that works, check a link in my description or pinned comment. It should take you to like a tweet that explains to you and shows you exactly how to do it. So let's jump into it. I am a little bit late. I was waiting for the people partying behind my house in the big white tent to maybe calm down a bit. And I think it is 10 p.m. now. I think they're done. I was hoping they'd be done by 10, so that's very considerate of them. Okay, let's press play and watch together in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it starts immediately with Tamaki. Masks. Oh. I wonder if their masks. Is it just to hide their identity? No. They knew who they were. Maybe there's something. Maybe it's just a fashion statement. This is I don't know if you guys have this where you're from. I'm from South Africa, and as in most places in the world, there's a KFC, and I got a crusher. Like a berry crusher. So it's like yogurt and berries and ice, and so good. Oh, I need it to be a bit louder. There we go. I love that part. Not gonna sing it. I can't. I don't have that guy's voice, I'm sorry. I don't think he seems easily swayed. He's just listening to his boss. He's busy somewhere else. Yeah, what if they're What if their mosque has some insanity gas? Interesting. Oh, but he's like a rubber ball. Uh-oh. He will just absorb it, right? These are perfect. Ooh. His arms. No, but his arms. Ah, mate. Put the bus. Oh, so shield and spear, okay. This guy's too eager. They can use that against him. What? Fat gum is pretty awesome. He's not protecting you, he's fighting like he has to. He has hair? It's not because of you. He's just a kid. Where? He dyed his hair? Did he dye his hair red because of this guy? She's pretty. He really dyes his hair red. Oh, so precious. Who looked like his friend. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh, and then he started training. Oh. He has to spend a fortune on this hair. No, I'm joking. Going from black to red is not that difficult. You could do it by yourself. And now he can blast it back out. Is that what's gonna happen? Okay. Fat gum and skinny gum! Ripped gum! Yay! That was so great! What a good payoff! Ripped gum. He looks awesome. I didn't even realize he had hair underneath. He just looked like a big... In my mind, he was like a big Gru from Despicable Me. And then he fucking became Prince Charming with his blonde hair and abs and shit. Oh, there's just a short preview? Oh, but the preview is always this short, right? There's his eye! Whose feet were those? Plus ultra. That was great. I really enjoyed that episode. I really loved seeing his flashback and him and with his black hair and oh, so cute. What I meant to say about his hair was like to go from black hair to red hair is not that difficult because once you start taking out the color of hair, like you get black to brown to blonde hair. That's how natural hair works, right? I mean, you get red but I'm just meaning brown is just lighter black and blonde is just lighter brown. That's now the scale I'm thinking of. And when you lift that color out of your hair with bleach, the first color that shows is red, and then it goes to orange, and then it goes to yellow, and then the lightest yellow you tone with like a purple shampoo, and that's how you get really nice blonde. But anyway, so once you start taking out black in your hair, you can put you just have to lift like a little. It shouldn't go, it doesn't even have to go all the way to orange, but then you can put red over that, and then it becomes that like striking red color. And so he can do that at home basically, but it's the retouching, doing his roots all the time, that would be a bitch. He can't do that by himself. So he has to go to the salon, and I just need fan art of Kirishima getting his hair done at a hair salon. That would be awesome. But I like that, you know, they talk about like flashy quirks, and she looks flashy, and he used his hair like that color to give himself maybe a little bit of confidence. You know how wearing different clothes can make you feel different? It's the same with hair. That's why, you know, I don't like I have mousy brown hair, like you can see a little bit of the regrowth. I have really mousy brown hair, and it felt so, for a long time, it felt so boring, and I wanted to have more fun hair, and then I started making it blonde. And when you have blonde hair, you feel really pretty, but blonde hair is like nice and it looks pretty and you feel pretty, but it's not fun. And that's why I started doing like blues and purples and pinks and stuff, and that's fun. It makes you feel like, kind of like anything is possible. If you can have fucking blue hair, if you can have pink and purple, anything is possible. And that's why I started doing my hair differently. But yeah, you can only do so much because your hair is going to start to break off. For boys and for people with shorter hair, it's easier because you can keep doing it. And even if it has some, because like the color that I put on here, it doesn't have any peroxide in it, so it doesn't damage my hair. But to get it blonde so that I can use color that, and a demi color that I use for my roots now, doesn't have any peroxide or ammonia. So it's not that bad for your hair. But yeah, people with short hair, they can do a lot more because it's already short. Like the longer your hair grows, the older it gets, right? So this hair, I've been growing it for like years. This length, like it takes long for hair to grow. So it's older hair, so it's drier. It's been bleached before, and also because, sorry, I'm having a fucking hair lesson here, but whatever. Your natural oils keep your hair healthy too, and the longer your hair is, the oils don't reach all the way down here, and that's why you need good conditioner and maybe hair oil and stuff. And but it's still, you can't just keep coloring and dyeing and bleaching your hair forever. It's gonna take damage, no matter how good your oils are. But for Kirishima, he has short hair, so he can do it forever pretty much. It's just funny that I just imagine him getting his roots done at a salon. Okay, I just want to read some comments, and then I'll be done. I just had a lot of fun with the episode. This kind of story of, because it's normal for a child to be scared and then to learn what it truly means to be chivalrous or brave. Like, brave isn't no fear, it's facing your fears, those kind of stuff. These are common stories, but each child goes through them as they grow up to become a hero. Even if you think in real life, we don't have these types of heroes, but we have people that need to be brave in many types of situations. And I'm sure that at one point as children, they realize that being brave isn't about not feeling fear, but just about facing your fear instead, and doing that to save people, for someone other than yourself, you know. And that's what I loved about this episode. It's a common story, but also a necessary one. O Mills commented and said on Crunchyroll, I read the manga and this episode did not disappoint. Very well done. Rap Hazard, best character development in the entire series. Very, very good character development, yes, and up to now, probably the best in the story. Can't think of another character right now that has had, like, Dhiego has had physical, like, training, but he's always wanted to be a hero, right? And he's trained himself a lot physically, but his personality, his person hasn't changed that much, in my opinion. We haven't seen personal growth as much as with Kirishima, who's just a side character, for example. Like, you'd expect more for someone like Deku, who's a main character. But I mean, in this season, Kirishima is a main character, so. But yeah, I can see how Kirishima would have at least one of the best character developments in the story so far. Character development is about did they not just physically train themselves to be stronger, but have they grown as a person? I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't say number one, but along with other main characters like Deku and stuff, I think he's had amazing character development, and right now it feels like, yes, it's the best, but I think I'm forgetting some very important things from other seasons for other characters, so I'm not gonna say the best, but definitely top 5. Fat gum to hot gum. Fat gum is badass. Just wow. Fat bum has become buff gum. Buff gum. That's better than ripped gum. Probably gonna wait a whole month before the Midoriya fight. I can't take it any longer. It's okay. I mean, the journey up to whenever he's gonna fight is gonna be fine. I mean, it's worth it. That's what I'm trying to do. There's a couple of things I noticed that annoyed me a little bit, and don't get me wrong, I love the fight. Probably gonna watch it who knows how many times, but let's dive in. When Kirishima gets in front of Rappa and starts taking those shots, they could have put a sound effect for every punch, like for us to really hear the impact of every punch, and to put the cracking noise after to really get the feeling that Kiri is hardening every time he gets destroyed like he did. It would be just a little bit better. The exchange felt like Rappa was throwing silent punches for some reason. That's just my opinion. I agree. I can see how it could have been better. They censored Kirishima after the exchange. He was all wounded in the manga, like the whole arm when Kiri hit the barrier and face, but they toned it down a bit here. I mean, it's fine, still looks great. It would just be better the other way. And then, I'm not gonna answer to tasteless people who can't take a critique. No, I can see. I'm officially a fan of the Red Riot. That was epic. I will call it a Midoriya moment. The episode was amazing. Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to say. Like, there are other characters that have had similar moments, and because this happened just now, it feels like, whoa, this is the best. But I'm sure if I were to go back and look at some moments that were similar to me, there has been a lot of great character developments, because they're all so similar. They're all kids who want to be heroes for mostly heroic reasons or chivalrous reasons, and so they will be very similar. They will have similar growth, and it's great to see each person's, like, how they're going about it and who they're working with, and that's why I think a character, and I know some people might not, but that's why a character like Todoroki and Bakugo is so important, because why I like them so much, because they're so different. Like, Bakugo is not the typical everyday hero type. He has a lot of growth to do and understand what it means to be a hero, and I love seeing that journey and that growth. I want to see it even more, you know? It's because it's different than just a child that thinks, oh, chivalry, hero, wah, let's train hard. And it's great to see that, because that's important too. But it's just nice to see something different, like Bakugo's, like, almost, you know, going from bully to hero, like, that journey is something different. Something, yeah, it's just nice to see something different. And Todoroki, for example, has this father, this ideal setup. He was kind of molded to be the number one hero by his fucking father, that for whatever reason, I think we're gonna find out later. I've heard some things, or I've seen some things on Twitter that makes me feel like we're gonna get more story from that. But it's just nice to see but then he has these daddy issues, and that holds him back in a way. Like, he was held back until Deku told him, like, he was just using one side of his powers, and that is holding himself back because he has the potential to use both sides. Like, that was some growth there when he started to use both sides, not because he wanted to spite his dad or because he wanted to make his dad proud, but for himself. He started to live past his daddy issues, and those types of characters, they're so strong. They can be these amazing heroes, but on some level they still have so much growth to do, whereas all the other kids, they have different growth. Like, they want to be heroes, they are good kids, and they need to train hard and learn what it means to be brave and blah 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 blah, and then that's their journey, and that's fine. But we have a lot of those stories, a lot of those types of kids. Bakugo and Todoroki, they have this completely different story, and it's just, I don't know. I like that we got something different from their stories. But it's fine that obviously they're focusing this season on some of the other characters. It's great. I loved Kirishima when I started reading the manga, like I've said before. But even this show, this season, it's making me see him in a whole new light, and just seeing him as well as a kid. Like, we grew up with Deku in a way. We already saw his whole backstory, training, growth, and here they did the same for Kirishima, but in one episode. They showed us that whole journey, the same journey, you know? And I find it very exciting to see, and I wish every single one of those characters, technically, they can have their own season, and we can follow them as they become a hero. And that's why superhero stories, superhero comics, manga, anime, it will never get old, because each person, wants to be either a hero or special in some way, and it's inspiring to see that journey from where they started, how they started, the resources they got, the natural talent, help from outside, the growth, the personal lessons that they need to learn, and then becoming stronger and stronger up to the point where they become the number one hero or whatever. But yeah, for me, Deku's story, and even a little bit Kirishima, it's very it's a story that almost has been told before, but it's still so entertaining to watch and so great to see. Because just because I've seen a story before or a pattern doesn't mean that I don't want to watch someone else's story. I'm just saying that's why Bakugo and Todoroki, they're still like my favorites. Because it's just something a little bit different for me, personally. Also, I'm basing this off of shows and stories that I've seen. If you feel like, oh no, Todoroki's story is way more common and I've seen way more stories like his than Deku, then that's fine, but I'm just basing it off of what I've seen and know. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Mike will edit the timer reaction and put screen on for my patrons, and I'll post that about whenever he's done with it. Thank you guys so much for watching with me. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.